Hi, we're in Santa Cruz, California. This is The Great Record Hunt, and I'm your host, Ethan Minsker. We're checking out Streetlight Records, finding out some local recommendations. Let's go!
Matt Weir, I am a buyer at Streetlight Records.
Darius Koski, Swingin' Utters, we're on Fat Records.
Julie, Michael, he's breaks the vinyl.
Streetlight has been around for roughly 30 years. This location has been around for about that long too, here in Santa Cruz. We're one of two stores. There's also one in San Jose, and we have a big showcase here in Streetlight as well. We do consignment, we do live performances. On our Instagram and our Facebook, we'll always try to put things out saying, hey, we just got this cool new CD, or we got this new event coming up.
We're selling records since 1970.
Santa Cruz University here, which is its own kind of city. I'm gonna guess there's around 20,000 students up there.
Lost Boys was filmed here. The recent horror film by Jordan Peele, Us, was also filmed here. Lethal Enforcer, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Yeah, that was filmed in Watsonville and here in Santa Cruz. If you are a fan of never having to fully grow up, Santa Cruz is definitely the place for you.
Tons of homeless people.
There's tons of nature and hiking and surf.
Lots of drugs. Those old hippies. Culturally, it's a bizarre place.
And we were once the murder capital of the world, with serial killers like Ed Kemper in the 60s roaming around the jury room.
The music scene here has always been a little tricky.
Santa Cruz is a very, very diverse local music scene.
We started here in the late 80s, early 90s. We left around 92.
Dating all the way back to the 60s, we've had psych rock, we've had punk, we've had new wave, glam, pretty much everything.
There's not a whole lot of venues here.
At the moment, there's a really good hip hop scene, there's a really good rock scene, and there's a really good metal scene happening.
The cool little punk club that we'd play would close down in a month or so. And there's a lot of like folk artists and bluegrass.
The Bad Light split that they did with Tuna de Tierra, and they call it the Bad Tuna. Killer, heavy, doomy, southern heaviness. Lots of fun on this one.
I like a band from Santa Cruz, a new wave band called The Humans, around in the mid-80s.
There's another local metal band, Vultures at Arm's Reach. Another heavy, stoner, doomy type band. This one's more for fans of like Neurosis, Sepultura. They actually have a really big following in Russia.
Okay, first one is called Sisu, and the second one is called What Once Was Is By and Gone. Yeah, they're not punk rock like everything else on that label is.
So here's another one that we're gonna talk about is Blast. This is a band from the 80s hardcore scene. They were around during the same time as Black Flag, Circle Jerks, Adolescents. They're actually on SST Records. Doesn't get any crazier than this. Fulminante. It's a three-piece that have a stand-up bass, drums, and guitar. It blends Latin rock, surf, and punk. Half their songs are sing-alongs that just go nuts. So Swingin' Utters is another classic local punk band. Technically, they are from Santa Cruz. They started off here, then moved to San Francisco. We still claim them because they rock so hard. Jesse Daniel. Santa Cruz, born and raised, from the mountains, plays Wayne Hancock style country, blues, and western, and it's just, I mean, if you're looking for the real outlaw country sound, check him out, Jesse Daniel. People should buy vinyl because that's just the pure sound. That's the way it was meant to be.
I personally love the aesthetic, and I like the ritual.
There's something fun about taking the record out, hearing the pops and hiss. I mean, John Peel once said that life has surface noise, and that to me just speaks millions.
Just getting it out and putting it on and having to flip it over, and it makes you pay attention to the music more.
There's so much that's not available in other formats.
That's what we used to do when we were growing up. You'd read the lyrics, you'd look at the artwork while you were listening to the record, like you were really paying attention to the record.
So growing up in the 90s and 2000s, my dad had a record collection, and that was the coolest thing to me as a kid, is seeing all the different artwork. And then as I got older, and started really getting into music, and I just personally love it.
Santa Cruz, California is one of those places you can find a little bit of everything. Sun, fun, beach, boardwalk, friendly people. At the same time, there's a little danger lurking behind every corner. But I like that, and you might too. Next time you're in Santa Cruz, California, check out Streetlight Records and tell them Ethan sent ya.
You're watching The Great Record Hunt.